through this channel here. Oh, and look at how much that relieved that. And so this is actually taking high priority now. Hold on. Oh. There. That's better. Another way to do that would actually be something like this. Or, no, that's incorrect. Yeah, the inverse. There. Oh, that's a minor problem. Major problem. Let me just fix that quickly. There, less of a problem. And we can now begin logic, which will help with everything. Probably focus on modules as well right now. We can also start replacing these furnaces now finally. I don't like crafting these by hand. Especially since their crafting time is 5 seconds per each. Now, about this. We need, firstly, red circuits. And this looks like almost enough. Yes. Divide that by 5, that's about 32 worth. And we need steel. We have steel. We need bricks. Those are this way. We can make a module for it later. Right now, we don't have the infrastructure. There. Now we can begin to slowly craft those manually. And while we're doing that, I can actually display how I do the load balancing typically. It's each one of these output belts here. Each one of a type, such as all the copper outputs, should only be activated at the same time for the same amount of time. And that shouldn't happen until there's a backlog here at the top. And the way to detect that is probably... Oh, I know. I have this output priority right, and so now that only outputs to the left if the right is full. And so have this feedback in, and when this one is full, which will be detected by the logic system, that is when all of them will activate at the same time. Now we just need to run the logic for it down the entire main bus. Easier said than done. It would help doing that if we were to actually use the upgraded power lines. I think that's a good interval. That one doesn't reach. That needs to be fixed. There. And it also needs to split at the same junction here as everything else splits. And follow through here. Now, this is going to take a lot of wires. There. And so now we just need to attach these to all of the copper outputs, such as this one. And the next one would be this one here. And another one here. Now this load balance system should be maximum efficiency. This one is read, belt contents, and hold. And none of the others should read. They should only enable, disable. And the condition for that should be if the number of copper plates is greater than 0 on this piece. I copy the information on this and then paste it to all of these. Making sure not to miss any. That would be a good time to place lamps. And this one goes through here, and here, and here, and through here. There. And we are almost done with this part. Now, copying the settings to all of these still. Now, this copper belt should backlog, and when it fully backlogs, that's when all outputs should activate simultaneously. Oh, this one. Yes, and any others? Not that I can see. Yes. And so now notice it's filling. And the last one to fill is this one. And also, if we output priority left on this, it should target this one. I don't think that's a good idea, though. So now the load balance system should be fully operational. Yes. And as you can see, at regular intervals it's firing. Which also means that at regular intervals these are being allowed through, as you can see here. and they're all getting an equal portion, as long as it's fully backlogged, that is, which it should be. In fact, this load balancing is a problem. Yeah, that's another detail. If the load isn't balanced correctly, it won't work right. This area is getting cramped. Now here should be enough space to do this part. There. Much better. Now it's fully backlogged and should be firing at the correct time. Yes, the entire load balance system is functioning now. And there should be a second one for iron, which can actually run along the same line as a separate signal, the iron plate signal. And there should be one signal for each material, all running along the same circuitry line. And all controlled by the backlog sensor, which can actually also run to the control room we're going to make later, which will tell us on a readout whether or not the lines are backlogged correctly. And there should also be deficit sensors, sensing deficits at different points in the facility. What else? Of course there should be power readouts for both power deficits, potential power output, things like that. I feel like this is enough footage for right now. It's been a while. And we also have all the components we need to revolutionize the way we do things. Yes, just making sure I have full stacks of all of these. I don't want any partial stacks.